Hey guys, Sandy here, and I am up for Follow a Sketch Friday, and this time I'm going to be using this sketch. Please excuse the horrible printout, but my printer only wants to print blue right now. It is a sketch by Jana McCarthy of the Hit Kit Club, and this is a challenge posted in the Rediscover Your Stash event. So I haven't pulled out anything for this sketch. I haven't thought about it. I don't even know what I'm scrapbooking. So let's figure that out and then see what I can do. Alright guys, so I decided to go with Christmas photos. Yes, Christmas photos. And I know I was ready to be finished with some Christmas photos by the time I finished my everyday in December project, but you know, I've got these photos. They're the last bit of 2016 I have to scrapbook, and then my 2016 albums are complete, so I really want to get it done. So I decided that I was going to paint up the background here on this paper, and I thought that the paint was going to be a lot more opaque than it was. So I end up just like globbing it all on there. And then what I end up doing to really like make it blacker, and I'm thinking to myself, why didn't I just grab a black sheet of cardstock and rip the edges to give it that, you know, that not so straight and narrow look. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I do this? Because my paper's already starting to warp, even though it is a cardstock weight paper, and I'm just, you know, I'm not pleased with myself at this moment, and it's looking like a big hot mess. So I grab the Liquitex, what is it, acrylic ink, and I blob that down on top of this, and just try to make it a little bit darker and a little bit less like a mess. It's a blobby mess right now. So here I am with that Liquitex, and I'm dropping it everywhere, and I'm just gonna paint that in. So it's wet, and if you can see that texture in the black paint, I actually rolled my paper towels over it, and I really like the texture that came about because of it, so I decided to go for it. Now I had matted my photos on some vellum, and I'd torn the vellum, and then I had placed them on some foam so that they would be lifted up from the background a little bit. Now I don't have any Christmas tags, which you know, there's a bunch of tags around the sketch, but I do decide to dig into my little bit of stash here and make some of my own. So I'm just trying to like pick out papers which look good to me and make me happy. And the whole time I'm thinking, is this going to turn out? Do I even care if this turns out at this point? Like, it's something new that I haven't, I mean, I've done it before, but not like a big blobby blackness behind the photo. And I'm trying to figure out, you know, did I do the right thing? I'm really not sure. And to be honest, I'm not sure now. Even though the layout is finished, it's over on a pile waiting to be counted, because every layout that I'm doing in the month of January, I'm counting for the Rediscover Your Stash challenge. But I'm just like, eh. So I grabbed my old trusty Creative Memories quarter rounder to round the corners, and I have this little teeny swing line one hole punch that I got on clearance at Target, and it is cute. Like, I got it because it was cute and it was like 40 cents. And sure enough, punches out little holes perfectly. And really, I mean, isn't that so much cuter than an old-fashioned office hole punch, which I don't even own? So yeah, a win for me. Now I'm just going ahead and using that punch again, and I'm just tucking these in, like these little bits underneath, and trying to figure out what looks good to me and what I need to change and what I need to just figure out. And I'm end up covering up a lot of this black, and I think that that's probably a good thing. I'm actually wondering if I should have matted this on black cardstock just to give it a little bit of extra grounding. I don't know. But I'm messing with this paper here because I do have that foam behind the photos, and honestly, I didn't really think about it. I knew that I was going to be tucking stuff behind the photos, but I didn't really plan out where the foam was to give me enough of an edge to tuck stuff under. So don't be like me and plan ahead a little bit. But it never fails. Even when I plan ahead, like this was planning ahead, putting the foam on the back of these photos, I tell you, every time I even start to do that, it doesn't work. Like, I don't really plan. It doesn't work. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. All right, go ahead and tuck this tag in under here. And I was thinking that this tag was going to be down below, like farther down, and then I'd have that black showing over in the upper right-hand corner. I decided, nope, that was not the direction I wanted to go in. I decided to put the tag up at the top, and then I'm going to create a little bit of banners and such right here underneath that tag so you don't see that line sticking out. And as you can tell, like there's barely any of this black sticking out anymore. Like barely any of it. So that cool texture I did with my paper towel roll completely covered up. I'm going to have to try it on some plain cardstock. Maybe with some distress inks or some gelatos. Something fun. I want to do something fun with it. So I'll have to figure that out. Now I decide that what this needs is a little bit of glitter. And goodness. I don't know if I'm getting sleepy watching my own videos. I don't even know if you guys are enjoying watching these videos, right? I don't know. So, totally tangent time here. I watch scrapbooking videos at night when I'm getting ready to go to sleep. So, I enjoy watching them, and I don't know what it is, but sometimes it's soothing, I guess, watching people play with paper and hearing them talk about it, and it kind of just lulls me into this like contented space, I guess. And then I turn off the TV and roll over and go to sleep because I cast from my phone to my TV, so I get to watch scrapbooking videos in their 55-inch glory in my bedroom, and that is fantastic. Let me just tell you. So I do that, and I end up falling asleep, and then I end up watching the same videos again while I'm scrapbooking or, cooking dinner or doing something like that. And I gotta say, I probably have helped some view counts go up on some videos. There was one video that it took me like 5 times to watch it completely through because I kept falling asleep. Anyway, don't know why I just shared that, but there it is. So I'm labeling up this little area down here, and it says, let your heart be light, but I trim it off so it says, let your heart be, and then I have that Mary Puffy sticker. And this is a photograph of my older daughter. She got some cat ear headphones for Christmas last year, so that's a picture of her and just an up-close picture of the tree because I didn't have 2 photos of her wearing these that were both the same orientation, and I really didn't feel like getting on the computer and messing around with the orientation of the photos, so I went with this. Plus, I think it's a nice way to get those atmosphere and those scene pictures that you want to document, like the way things looked or the tree or the ornaments or anything like that. Just pair it with another photo and use it kind of like as a background photo. So it totally works for me. And this photo that is on here, I'm okay with her covering up a lot of this tree because I actually printed this on vellum for my 2016 December Christmas journal, and it's actually a page in the album. So it's pretty awesome to me that The Christmas journal and the album don't necessarily have the same stories, but they can have the same embellishments or even maybe the same photo. So that makes me happy. And I'm just flipping through what I have because I need to make some amazing things happen. My tags are looking a little naked. I did decide to go with those gold Puffy Stickers musical notes because they are headphones. And on this little pre-made label thing here, it's from Heidi Swapp from years ago. It has musical notes on it, and I had to like take a really good look at it to see like which direction the musical notes were going. And actually, while I'm sitting here looking at this layout, I think my tripod needs to be adjusted a little bit. It looks a little bit more crooked than normal. So the other day, I tripped in my scrapbook room. I have some pretty bad plantar fasciitis in my right foot, and I wear a boot most of the time. And so when I'm sitting in my scrapbook room, I have my boot on underneath my table and it's propped up. So I decided that I was going to walk around the side of my table that had my lights cord. And I mean, it's a good 12 inches up in the air because of, the cord is short and the light is over top of my desk. So I tripped over that. I knocked over the light, which knocked over the tripod, which knocked over the other light. So it was a little bit of a hot mess. And I thought I had everything positioned back the way I had it originally, but I don't think I have. And I have to figure out the lights. Like, I don't know if maybe they're a little too close. Maybe I've got to figure them out. So I will get on that. Now I'm just, let's see. I've been looking around my room, so I have no idea what I've been actually doing on the screen. Looks like I got some enamel dots and I'm scattering them around. I know I also got some stickers. Now I'm just trying to build this up a little bit. I know I put a larger black label there. Now here's a little red and white label that's going under there. I just want to give that tag enough of a shelf and enough of a place to rest so it doesn't look like the tag's going to like fall out from behind her. I'm flipping through my stickers because I know I had some tiny word Christmas stickers from Simple Stories, and I was struggling to find them, but I end up going for this little green arrow. I decided that I needed to bring a little bit more green down to the bottom here. I do have that green arrow on the right, and I have that green of the plaid up on the top, and I was like, I just need a little bit more green on this page, so I grabbed it there. I couldn't find my little tiny word stickers at first, so I was going to try that, and it didn't make me happy. So I'm flipping through my stickers, and miraculously, boom, there they are. And I decided to go with Silly Elf, just because I don't know when I'm going to put Silly Elf on a page, because, we don't do Elf on the Shelf. Kids are, older teenagers now, so we don't do Elf on the Shelf. Now, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do up here on the tags. Like, do I want to do twine tags? Do I want to do like ribbon? Ooh, ribbon would have been nice. I didn't even go for the ribbon. I should have pulled out the ribbon. I do have some pretty Christmas ribbons and some pretty reds, and yep, I'm totally picturing it now and I don't even have it. But I really do like this little red bow from Bella Boulevard. So I got a Bella Boulevard warehouse box and got a lot of paper clips which had these bows on them. And as you guys know, I'm not a real big fan of the paperclip. I can see it on other people's layouts and other people's projects, and they look great. Like, I'm totally down with it. I can appreciate it. But on my pages, I just think it looks kind of ridiculous. So anytime I have a paperclip, I yank whatever the decorative bit off is off. I totally messed up my grammar, and we're just going to go for it. I'm not pausing. I really total side note again here. Most of the time, my voiceovers are done in one fell swoop because I don't want to have to stop and redo it and remember what I said, or try to line up where I stopped speaking. Like, it's too much of a hassle, so I watch myself scrapbook and talk to you guys, and sometimes I look around and lose my place while I'm talking and totally miss out on what I've done to the page. However, right now what I'm doing is using some of this Lawn Fawn kind of gray and creamy twine, and I'm just tying some bows by hand, and I'm just figuring out where I want them to go, like where I want the little Bella Boulevard bows to go and where I want the twine bows to go. And I decide and as I just get finished running my mouth about how I like to do voiceovers in one fell swoop, I got a phone call and sure enough interrupted the voiceover. Well, I'm getting these bows placed on the tags, and I'm just messing around and trying to figure out which one looks best where and tying some cute little bows. And of course I'm going to use my Zots to adhere the bows to the tag holes. I just really like the strength of it and that it can hold onto that twine. And I don't have to use staples or anything like that, just a little bit of adhesive. So that's going to wrap up this page, guys, and all that messy black paint underneath and that texture I was so proud of with the paper towel, it's all covered up. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.